So the identity that I created in the past was, that I spent like a lot of years doing a lot of sports, and I was an old city football player, basketball player, baseball player. I played football in college, and that was my thing. And that's where I grew up, playing a lot of sports. And my grandfather was considered one of the greatest athletes Cuba ever had, and all that kind of stuff. But from a business point of view, I spent about 35 years either managing companies, and then in the last 10 years, it's coaching some companies, but not really managing companies. So I have a lot of experience in a lot of startup companies, and what it takes for companies, to get to the next level. So I experience a lot of what I kind of bring out of the feeling and difficulties and the egos and all that. I experienced all that playing that game. And I guess about 15 years ago, I did my first workshop looking for a technology to be able to manage people in Miami. So that was that's when I did my first work in transformation, and I met some of you there throughout those years. And I think that took me to a certain level and got me to learn that I didn't listen, and where I was listening from, and I was totally full of shit. So I really got that, and I'm still letting that go. And then I got into some other work, awareness and a lot of meditation. So I would say the last 5 years I meditated a lot of hours and experienced different philosophies and methodologies and religions, and I just kind of created this from my experiences. So this workshop came out of, I used to coach. I had 10 coaching session. One day I said, why don't I take those 10 and put them into one day? So this is how this workshop came about. And it's developing and evolving as we go. Everyone is kind of different. And it just keeps growing. And I guess that's what my passion is, to be able to do this. 20 years ago, I created an intention that I would really like to do was leading strategic plans for companies. But I never had the belief that I could go out there and do it. And it looks a little different, but I had to give up those limiting beliefs. And the more I've quieted down, and the more everything is just kind of flowing, and it's being created, and it's not me really creating it. At the moment that me creates it, it becomes a disaster. Like my identity. So when I step into the connection and the source, and I guess if I would say the last 10 years, what I've really done was connect back to source. That's giving me my power, or at least the power I think I have. Just creating. And I spent 10 years doing a lot of Tai Chi. Now I do a lot of yoga. And I'm keep just working and getting more into silence. And I look every day. Every day I'm saying, what am I creating? What's my limiting belief? What I have to keep giving up? And do I really need to do all this stuff? So who I am is who I am.